Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Rotten Tomato here. I have an Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle for you. We just kind of used mixed tiers here. I was able to find this guy. He's a really awesome dude via the player search system on my DS, and we got a nice little battle here, and I wanted to share with you guys. So he's going to lead off with Mr. Cuddles, the shiny Galvantula, and get off that super annoying sticky web first turn, and I'm like, you know what, Victini's fine with this. I'm gonna stay in, and luckily I get a crit. I don't think that flame charge probably would have took it out, but hey, you never know. But I'm pretty sure that mattered quite a bit. Anyways, I'm able to get the speed boost on the incoming Pokemon, which turns out to be his Melodic. I thought about switching and saving Victini, but he's kind of just a suicide lead just to wreak havoc and do as much damage as possible. So I just go for the Zen Headbutt to see what this thing wants to do. I'm expecting probably a Scald, never know. But it's this point he sets up his freaking Rain Dance. I'm like, okay, this guy had a Swampert in the pregame menu. I'm like, all right, oof, this is probably not going to be good. He does indeed switch out into the Swampert here, and I'm like, okay, and before Mega, obviously this thing's going to be Mega. And Swampy comes in with his big swampy ears, and he takes that Zen Headbutt like it's nothing. So he's looking pretty good. He's got the rain up, and he's got Swampert out there. Here I took kind of a risk. I knew this thing was probably going to be a sweepy set, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay in, and I'm going to get some more damage off on this thing. I'm sure he predicted the switch there, and it turns out he does. He goes for the Stealth Rocks, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm good. I got this thing, halfway dead. We're looking pretty solid here. I go for the Zen Headbutt yet again, and I'm faster due to the Flame Charge that first turn, and I'm able to almost knock this thing completely out. So I'm sitting pretty good as he's lost a Mon, and I just now lose Victini, and I've already done some damage to his Melodic, and we've got the Swampert, his Mega, pretty much, out of commission. The sticky web starts to take its toll here, though, as I'm forced to throw Weavile out. I'm like, you know what? Schnitzel's about to hit you with that Ice Shard and end your Mega life. But not the case. He wasn't ready to die just yet. He throws out Anubis, the Lucario, which turns out to be a powerhouse. That Ice Shard's not going to do much at all to this thing. And he's probably got Bullet Punch. Yep, well, spoiler, Bullet Punch, boom, right to the face. And Schnitzel is not liking that too much, and he is out of commission. Bam, gone. Okay, so at this point, I see the Life Orb. I'm like, okay, well, this thing's gonna, just wreck most of what I have on my team. So I'm like, Landorus, you gotta come in here, Zeus, and do your thing. Get that intimidate off on him. He goes back out into Swampert, which, in my opinion, was kind of a questionable play here. He still had his Rain Dance setter, so I'm not sure exactly what the deal with this was, because the only real priority move I had was I shard on Schnitzel, and he's gone, so that thing definitely could have came back in for the late game sweep. But it's at this point he does bring back in the Melodic. I'm able to knock off those leftovers, so I can hopefully wind up knocking this thing out. He decides to stay in here. I just wanted to get some more damage off. In retrospect, probably should have held on to Zeus for a little bit longer. The Ice Beam hits me, and I'm like, okay, what? 1 HP. I survive it just barely, and I'm able to get up another Earthquake and take out the Melodic. So the Assault Vest definitely came in handy there, as I'm 4 times weak to that ice, and I'm looking pretty good at this point. He throws out Anubis. Anubis has 2 priority moves, it turns out, with the extreme speed there, and I've also seen the Bullet Punch, so this thing has definitely, already done its job. It's 2-0, killed 2 Mons. I'm like, alright, well, let's throw out Klefki here and at least get this thing paralyzed and hopefully get some Parahaxes. With it having the priority moves, it's not necessarily the best thing I can do here, especially, but hey, what can you do? Just something to slow this thing down. He goes for the Earthquake. I'm able to live it and get a little bit of leftovers back up, but it's not looking good for this Klefki right here. he hits me with the bullet punch, knocks me out before Klefki's really able to do a whole lot. He did do the job though. He got him paralyzed, and that's really all that I could ask for from Klefki. So here I send out Haxorus, and I make some pretty and in my opinion some pretty poor decisions. Okay. I start off, I'm like, okay, look, this thing's paralyzed. Surely at some point he's going to get the Parahax, and I can get up some Dragonetses and go for this sweep here. I get off one, and I'm still well above half, and I'm thinking that this thing doesn't really have too much to hit me with, because he did go for the bullet punch. He probably anticipated me to just knock it out right there, but no, I'm greedy. I want 2 Dragonetses here. So I do go for the second Dragonets. I'm able to get that up off of the Parahax there, and looking pretty good here. He gets me with another bullet punch, and I'm like, all right, see ya, Anubis. You've done too much. It's time to get you out of here. And I knocked that ugly Lucario thing right off the field. But I really liked that Life Orb Lucario set. I do not own one competitively yet, so I'm definitely gonna have to look into getting me one of those things. And then it's at this point I realize he's still got Gale Wings, Priority Brave Bird waiting to knock me out. So kind of nullifies those Dragon Dances there, and so much for the Haxorus sweep. And I'm down 1-2 here. I know Suicune can knock out this Talonflame, so I'm just praying that this Brave Bird doesn't do too much in this first turn here. And fortunately, it actually doesn't even knock me over half here. And I know that I'm going to be sitting pretty good after I get this Scald off to the Talonflame. And it doesn't knock it out, fortunately, but it's still going to be able to get at least one more attack off here. So I decided to go for the Protect and, get some leftovers back because I've still got a Goodra, who I'm hoping that somehow I can pull it out with the Goodra because that's his last Mon here. I do Protect, get the leftovers, I'm nom-nomming, and after that he goes for another Brave Bird, and the recoil is definitely going to knock him out here. So it's 1v1, Suicune v Goodra. May the best man win. Okay, I know it's going to be a long shot here for me to win, but, my hopes are still high. I got this, I'm thinking. Anyways, he sends out Goodra, and, here I'm just, I don't know if it's Choice Spect, I don't know what the deal with this thing is, but I do know that they usually carry Thunderbolt, and I protect the first turn just so I can get those leftovers back and hopefully survive a hit. And he goes for Dragon Pulse, so I'm assuming he does not have T-Bolt. He goes for Dragon Pulse again here and hits, and it's definitely not going to kill me. I have the Mirror Coat, so I'm able to do over half, but it's also not going to be able to take out the Goodra. Alright, this is where it gets interesting, folks. And here, I'm going to go for the Protect yet again to get some of that leftovers back, and he goes for the Flamethrower, I guess, already knowing that I was going to Protect, just kind of a wasted turn. Anyways, it's here where he reveals he has the Draco Meteor waiting for me the whole time, so I'm like, oh great, this is going to probably take me out. However, Suicune's not going down that easy, lives it with 1 HP, and I'm able to hold on and get the Mirror Coat off for the win, and this was just a really awesome battle. I had a lot of fun doing it and recording it for you guys. If you could, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to a Rotten Tomato YouTube channel. This was Mason, a Rotten Tomato, and I hope everybody has a great day.